Hello, Sasha here. I want to talk to you about crypto, its volatility, and comparing it to gold. A lot of people have brought this up because markets have been down, they've been up, gold's been doing well, and I think that more people should be paying attention to crypto. I'll explain why. First, let's understand what's going on with crypto. It's volatile, but is it as volatile as you think? This is a pretty cool chart. Compares crypto to other asset classes. Well, specifically Bitcoin. And the truth is Bitcoin is volatile, but there's some other things that are just as volatile, specifically oil. Since 2015, oil has consistently been volatile. Today, the WTI went negative. So, relative to other volatile asset classes, crypto is not that much more volatile anymore. And there was also a year there where crypto moved less than the Russian ruble. So you can see the orange line in there. That's emerging currencies. Why is crypto so volatile? I think there's a lot of reasons, but I can express it in these three. The first is that our methods are immature. Think about Black-Scholes for options. Black-Scholes was invented in the 70s as a valuation method. Options were traded for 70 years before that? So it took us 70 years to figure out how to value options. And Bitcoin's been around for a decade. I think it's reasonable to say that people don't quite know how to model it, so it bounces around more than it will in the future. Crypto markets have no safety switch. So unlike the stock market, I think the NASDAQ has a safety switch at 15%. Crypto's got no such thing. It's completely free market. It's not Monday through Friday during trading hours. All nights of the day, all days of the night, everywhere in the world, crypto's traded, and it can be manipulated. The markets are pretty deep, I'll point it out, but I don't know, like if everyone's asleep and someone decides to sell or buy tens or hundreds of millions of dollars, I think they could probably move the market, not for too long, but they can move it. Also, we can experience flash crashes with bots trading, which are more limited in the NASDAQ and the S&P. I'm sorry, the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange. All right, the third point is the biggest point, and I think it's one that gets overlooked the most. It's going to sound kind of crazy. There's no supply-demand equilibrium for crypto. Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two, really only meaningful platforms in crypto, they have the same amount of supply every day. It doesn't matter what the price is. It doesn't matter what demand is. Bitcoin produces 1,800 supply a day. Now that number is going to drop over time, but day to day, it's the same supply. Same with Ethereum. So regardless of where price is or demand is, supply is the same. Therefore, the value can be expressed solely as a function of demand. Unlike precious metals, there might be an adjustment every 3, 6, 12 months with how much you produce. If prices are up, then you might want to produce a little bit more. Think about oil, same thing. You can put a lot into storage. Those functions don't exist in crypto. Your supply is your supply, and you got to sell all of it. So is this a strength or a weakness? Crypto believers believe that this is going to be a strength over time. It's a weakness today, but as supply diminishes, then volatility continues, but all in an upward trajectory. It gets more expensive. And it begs the question, what is the elasticity of crypto? We know that if prices get to gold of a certain level, then people are going to go out and they're going to try to recycle more gold. They're going to take apart more electronics and they might, find gold teeth, or who knows, I'm making stuff up, but there is some elasticity, and I don't know what that is for crypto. Here's the benefit to gold. It's old, it's got that track record. You could put $1 million into carry-on luggage. I did the math. You could fit it in without, it's a lot of gold. It's produced globally. But I asked this question, will gold have a shale moment? What I mean by shale moment is, will there be a new technology that enables the supply of gold to grow exponentially? Or not even exponentially, but substantially. I think the likelihood is actually quite high. When I think of satellite imaging, when I think about drone flight and drone imaging, and all the software that's being developed to enable the physics of oil extraction and discovery, I think all of that's available for gold. It just hasn't had its moment yet. This has been gold production over the last 100 plus years. 2/3, according to some random website, but it seemed credible. 2/3 of all gold in circulation today was produced after 1950. So the reality is that technology has been improving, and more people are producing gold today than they ever were before. So quick analysis, a comparison of the two. Gold's got the track record. We'll give it that. But ease of custody, and all of these think about in meaningful dollar amounts, like substantial dollar amounts, hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. It's not easy to custody millions of dollars of gold, and it's easy to get caught or have it stolen. A friend of mine said, Sasha, I can't custody crypto. I'm scared. What if I get hacked or if I lose it? The reality is that if you're buying $1 million of gold, you put some time and energy into research. You buy a safe. You figure out where to put the safe. You hide the safe in your house. Crypto is not that complicated. Buying Bitcoin is not that complicated. If you put a few hours into it, you'll figure it out, and it's just as safe as trying to figure out how to protect your gold. I think it's safer, but there's risk, and you take some reasonable measures to alleviate that risk. The ease of movement. So I mentioned you could throw $1 million of gold into your carry-on luggage, but would you really want to travel into a different country with that, knowing that your luggage could get held up? I don't think so. I don't think people want to walk through metal detectors. If you're a Chinese official and you've got some extra money, who knows where it came from? Probably your government salary. And suppose your kids go to college in California. Do you want to fly to California with a bunch of gold? Or do you want to send over a lot of crypto? I think crypto is the answer. Gold does not have a defined supply. Crypto does. And crypto is spendable. People kind of say, oh, well, I thought e-commerce was going to go to... No, all right. So adoption's been slow. But the reality is I have a lawyer in Denver that takes crypto for payment. Coffee shops in Denver take crypto for payment. There's a fair number of places in Denver that you could pay for things in crypto, and way more so in New York and Los Angeles. Gold, I'm sure you can spend it somewhere, just no one's ever offered it to me. All right, so last thing I'm going to leave you with is this little comparison of inflation. Here's where we are with gold. There is 6.1 billion troy ounces of gold in circulation. Again, according to the internet. Today's price was $1,700 per troy ounce. So the market cap of gold is 10 trillion. Yes, $10.4 trillion. Every year, whatever this large number starting with 8, that's 88 million new troy ounces are getting supplied. And at today's price, that's $151 billion of new gold supply that's entering the market. So as a function of the market cap, we've got dilution of 1.45%. Compare that to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's market cap as of today is 126 billion. New supply is 657,000 for the year. So this year, Bitcoin will dilute itself by 3.5%. Next year, it'll be by about half of that. And then Ethereum, you can see the same dynamics, $19 billion market cap, ish dilution. Projected to be somewhere between 0.5 and 2% next year when there's a new algorithm that takes place. I do want to point out that there's the gold track record argument is that it's been around since the beginning of time or civilization, and it's taken a long time to get to this giant $10 trillion market cap, whereas crypto has gotten to hundreds of billions in less than a decade. I think it's time to say, no, there's a lot more people adopting crypto today than gold. Track record is what it is, but that's past performance does not indicate future. Do you believe that there will be more crypto or gold adoption in the next 10 years? I think it's obvious that it's going to be crypto. Your supply is going to be more limited on crypto, and therefore I believe the price goes up.